services. I think there's a company called, I'm drawing a blank now, but there are a couple companies that are trying this, that are, using blockchain to reach out to customers, and so to create their own driver experience, their own customer list, and then maybe, ancillary services like delivery service or things like that. So basically, the disruption. We had the internet, we had mobile, and now eventually blockchain, and I think as a disruptor. And I think I'm just looking forward to see what's gonna happen.
So like a blockchain version of Uber and Lyft?
Yeah, exactly.
Chase.
Is Chaser like?
Chaser is one of them, yeah, we want to right, Chaser.
Well, when I think of blockchain and some of my favorite applications, you asked just one, so I'll stick with one.
All right.
The big idea of blockchain that I see as the key to so much potential is the fact that we're able to create trust where historically there hasn't been trust. So what does that mean, right? In your daily life, at any point in time when you interact with banks, maybe businesses, maybe the government, you have some really painful processes. There's a lot of people involved. Maybe a notary. Maybe there's some real formal process where you gotta sign and get it signed by someone else and get it signed by a third person. These heavy people-intensive processes exist because of a lack of trust. It's great, it's fine, it's the way we've done it. We all accept this is a reality of life. As blockchain becomes something that's much more common, these processes have the opportunity to become digital. What excites me the most is what happens then. If you think of the worst process you ever went through, right? Maybe renting a house, maybe buying a car, whatever the most painful process is. Imagine if that was this, and then I get excited about imagining what happens then. What kind of new ecosystem of value comes up? We had one great example about Chaser, right? About the blockchain-based ride-sharing services. I have a very big passion for smart cities. So I think about the number of different ways that in a smart city you could receive personalized service from your state and local government, perhaps from the federal government. But you get that service without having to worry about your information being at risk. Right now, this is far from productionized, but I see it as a very clear vision about what could happen if we had blockchain, if we had a way to share with the government the right information about us, right? Imagine going to the IRS and filing taxes, and the IRS sends you a message immediately saying, hey, I think you left some money on the table. Based on what we know about you, we know you're wrong.
You are in the future, aren't you? You're great.
I see that as a genuine reality. I know we're not there yet, but I see it as a real potential of this technology, and it just is incumbent on those of us here today to push it forward in a positive, sort of socially minded manner. That's what I'm most excited about.
For me, it would be something that's not really there yet, but the transparency that would come with blockchain when it comes to government, how that would affect it. Right now, there's a lot of distrust out there at national level, local level, and this would alleviate some of that. Where the money went, where it got spent, when it got spent, why something was turned on, why something was turned off. You'd see where it went wrong or where it went correct. And right now, we don't have that.
Okay, time for one. I'm gonna let someone who hasn't asked a question. Yeah.
So you're talking about the transparency of the government. What do you think of a similar situation with charities? Because transparency can also be a really big problem there. You saw the recent history of charities having a big problem with that charity. So I guess if you can send some money to charity and you can actually follow your €1 you spend, what is going to go, then it can be a really...
Absolutely.
Which problem are you talking about?
So,
Charity.
No, but I thought you said there was a specific problem with
yeah, with Oxfam Novib, for example, where they had the scandal with the parties was not that good, and then I guess if people really know what's happening to their money, then I guess they care less about the scandals because they know at least my money is going there and that's good. So
Build trust. That's the idea. If you know where your money was spent, if you gave money to Haiti and you were able to follow that money all the way through to building a school, you'd have a lot more trust and a lot more reason to invest that money, and the feeling that you got a return for it. Right now, there's no trust.
Right now, it's black.
It might be a
Well,
CEO.
I would just, so I think that one of the things that's happening already and is gonna sort of speed up is, originally people thought that Bitcoin was anonymous. It clearly is not anonymous. There is some, as soon as you can trace it back to a human, and that's becoming easier and easier to do now. So I think this rise of privacy coins and, I think we're maybe glossing over this idea of transparency in the sense that I think that the space is gonna move more towards again, privacy. And so these, pie in the sky ideas that we have about, well, everything's gonna be on blockchain, so, we're gonna have some kind of tools that's gonna make it easy for us to, figure out what's happening. That may happen, but, there's gonna be plenty of other people who are trying to move things in the other direction as well. So, in some ways, yes, the opportunity for more transparency is there, but whether that will actually happen, I don't think we know yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think you'll see standards for corporate governance, I mean, whether it's charities or corporations or government, certainly, by policy, you could use blockchain and require certain policies to be set. Again, technology is, can be good for, used for ill or for good, and the question is, how do you use it, what policies you center around that. But charities have always been a thing, right? You got, how much it goes, administrative costs, marketing costs, and theoretically, blockchain, you can trace dollars, certainly that's a possibility.
I'm going to also follow in and answer it, since we're in tax season, and we're talking about currencies, and Michael talked about taxes. It is actually potentially viable that with blockchain, if everything is paid in the blockchain, because it's transactional DNA, the IRS could actually give you a tax return that showed how your money was used, where every dollar was spent. That is not going to happen, but they could potentially trace every dollar you funded and you paid would be able to trace back to you, and so you'd be able to see where you get your money taxed and how much, where it went to operation. Am I too much on that?
No.
We have two ladies in the corner who want to ask. One of you guys gets to ask, and then we're done.
We're going to talk about the assumption that everything will be on the blockchain, but I do know of these cases in which the blockchain might not be the best option. So from your perspective, when we're talking about smart cities and deploying blockchain, where in a smart city would the blockchain not be used?
Sometimes a spreadsheet is all you need. It doesn't have to be on the blockchain if you don't care. It could be trivial. Number two, we need to audit. Do you have pictures of you when you were 5? Probably not. You had them when you were 5. Now that you're 35, maybe not. I wouldn't put that on the blockchain. I might have, like the IRS, tax rules. And you guys want to...
I was gonna say, there's certain, it's a short list of, when a blockchain is appropriate and when it isn't, and I think that would apply to the city as well. One of the, multi-party contracts, and again, immutable log of transactions, all these, there's a short list of things, but, a lot, especially in a smart city environment, I think a lot of the sensors, a lot of the things that are gonna be happening is just gonna be noise. So, again, I think that people are more concerned about signal than noise, so just capturing a lot of noise, I don't know if that necessarily needs to be on a blockchain. I don't know if blockchains are going to be evolved, so they have a time to live, and, this idea of immutability, it still exists, but, at some point, everything is killed and recycled, or, I don't know. Again, I think those are things that, people will be figuring out. It's still so early now, I guess I would say, that,
Right,
it's hard to know.
I was saying in Europe, I was reading about it, in Europe, they've got the right to be forgotten.
Right.
And so what happens with blockchain, if you can't get your data off it, and what does that mean? How do you delete information off the blockchain if that's what the law requires? So, there might be situations where, by legally, you just can't use blockchain may not be the appropriate tool. I'm sure people will eventually get a workaround around that, but, things like that.
Yeah, I think we're narrowing in on what you were saying, it's trust. Things where in a city, what do you expect to happen, and when it doesn't work, what are you angry about, and what do you want to get to the bottom of? Blockchain can help us solve those problems faster.
I want to say thank you to the panel, because this has been very important.
Thank you to the audience, you made my job really easy. I came up with like 15 questions, I asked one.
You did great.
Big applause on that.
That's okay, you asked one of my favorite ones.
And because you guys, I can see the tension that you guys were in. A very active, engaged crowd, and so there was no reason for us to hold the ball here when you guys wanted to let loose. So I kinda undid that and put a lot of work
No,
into the question.
at least
Even
we had him in
bouncing
case
back and forth.
you guys were lame.
Yeah, so Howard is the American Blockchain Cryptocurrency Association. Michael works for the Open Group and for IBM, as a representative.
ITS America.
Yeah, Intelligence Transportation
Society of America.
Society of America, and David Anderson writing a book, and actually very, very knowledgeable, and sovereign identity, which I think is phenomenal to say, right? Sovereign identity. And then Tina Pfeiffer, who is the
Terry.
Yeah, Terry. Terry Pfeiffer, who is the federal president of the federal chapter of the President Blockchain Association. Yeah. And then Christine Hugmes, our standing in-resident moderator, who gets asked one question.
All good.
Yeah. So thank you all very much.
Thank you so
There's a couple of things. I sense that you guys would like to continue and ask questions, but we have 8:30 and there's lots more beer and everything. But before you leave, there's some clear things I want to go over. If there's any companies here that are hiring, then please announce yourselves. Would you like to make an announcement that you're hiring, that you're expanding? Go on. Please, go ahead and announce yourself.
I'm Mike Duvall with Legacy International. We're doing leadership development, working with emerging leaders from across the Middle East and North Africa. We have a really talented group of fellows coming from Morocco and Tunisia to DC for training with us and for fellowships. So if anyone's interested in hosting a fellow, it's short term for 4 weeks. They have backgrounds and interests in different areas. They're pretty experienced professionals in, we have somebody who's working for the Moroccan government on a comprehensive plan infrastructure for Morocco and interested in sustainability. People interested in robotics, business development with entrepreneurs, with startups at different stages, sustainability, marketing, a variety of different interests and focus areas. So if anyone would be interested in exploring this possibility, they're coming at the end of April through April 30th through May 24th. We cover the costs and logistics. Just looking for a place for them to contribute and have a positive learning experience. So come talk to me if it's something that might be of interest to you.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
So, and if anybody is looking, then, just let yourself known, and that wasn't really hiring, really, was it?
It's free labor.
That's fine. Yeah, so that's fine. So, yes.
One more, Robert Wayne, the CEO of DataBook, we've been rated one of the top startups in the United States of America. We have backgrounds from MIT, Harvard, Princeton, Yale. We have the founder of the World Wide Web,